Hi, and welcome to my channel, Laura's Library Card. It feels weird to be recording, trying to make book content when shit's going down across America and the world. But my 2 cents is that it's terrible. I didn't realize how much vitriol and ignorance and racism I would see in my sphere and on Twitter. It's been amazing to see the outpouring of support for all of the protests that are happening across the country and internationally. And if you are attending a protest or have attended a protest, please be safe. Please use the resources that I'm seeing about how to combat tear gas, and please protest peacefully, because I think that's the goal that everyone has in mind, is to spread peace and knowledge and change this system that is inherently flawed. If you're not able to attend a protest in person, there are so many resources online to educate yourself and to make monetary donations if that's a possibility, to support bail funds and to support justice organizations. I will leave some links to places that I've found and down in the description. And if you cannot make a monetary donation, just listen and speak up. And if you don't feel comfortable speaking up, pass along the words that you are seeing that are powerful and boost the voices that have been oppressed. I have seen so many powerful social media tweets and posts on Facebook and videos that are strong words of peace and calling for justice in this time. And if you don't think Black Lives Matter, then please thumbs down this video, walk away, unsubscribe, because I'm not interested. And if you do believe Black Lives Matter, then please continue to watch, because now I'm going to start the bookish portion of this video. So in this video, this is where I'm going to talk about what I have checked out on my library card right now, as well as a little bit of what I'm currently reading and what's on my near future. In light of everything that's happening right now, I was able to snag a copy of White Fragility by DiAngelo. White Fragility is the book that is part of the buddy read that is happening, the Blackout Buddy Read. That is, I'll put the link to the announcement down in the description. But Books with Shae is the name of the channel, and Shae's doing buddy read in June. I think it's the 5th through the 19th or the 20th, and they're doing 2 different books, White Fragility and White Rage. And I was lucky enough to snag a copy of White Fragility, so I have that audiobook checked out right now, and I literally downloaded it like 10 minutes before I started this, so I intend to start listening to that throughout this week, and I hope to really participate in this buddy read and learn a lot, actually. A couple of repeats from previous weeks include The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. I still have I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara, that audiobook checked out. I've been kind of meaning to get to it, but it's been sort of pushed in the last week or so. It's just sort of other things have risen to the surface as taking a top priority. Another new acquisition is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've seen some buzz about this. Haven't really heard anything other than some positive reviews, but I don't really even know that much about it, other than the premise is that there's a guy and a girl who are both writers, and they write different genres, and over the course of the time that they spend together, they sort of challenge each other to write in their respective genres and probably fall in love. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Another new book I have checked out right now is Hidden Valley Road by Robert Kolker, and the subtitle is Inside the Mind of an American Family. I don't know a ton about this book. I think it is a nonfiction, or at least inspired by true events. It's about a family in the second half of the 1900s who are American and had like a dozen kids, and like 6 of those kids, I think all boys, turned out to have a diagnosis of schizophrenia. So it's an Oprah book club book. It sounded really interesting based on the premise, and I was able to read just 3 or 4 pages of a sample of the prologue, and it was already really intriguing, and there was a lot going on. So I am looking forward to that. One book that has fallen off my library card this week is Ghost by Jasmine Reynolds. I actually finished that book today. I listened to actually the whole book today on audiobook, and it was really cute. It was a middle grade book. The main character, I think, is like 13 or so. He's in 7th grade, and his name is Castle, but he goes by Ghost. And he has some traumatic past. His father had made some bad decisions that have left Castle with some trauma, and he joins the track team in the city, and you know, he has a tough go of it. I mean, it's hard enough being 13, but he also has you know, this traumatic past, and he has bullying issues, and you know, he doesn't have a lot of money, so he's wearing a lot of like secondhand clothes, and so he's filled with a lot of like anger, and this, you know, kind of is shown throughout the book as he kind of makes a number of bad decisions and lashes out. But I really liked the relationship that he has with Coach, the coach of the track team, because the coach really sees a lot of, you know, his younger self in Ghost and Castle, and kind of helps take Ghost under his wing. And we really see a cool writing style that to me felt really real. We're in Castle's head, and he speaks so naturally and also so true to life. Like, my cousin is 13 or 14 right now, and I was just interacting with him, and he sort of is similar to Castle, and then he has like no filter. He just kind of, you know, adds these little asides all the time, and he just is not, has no problem not censoring himself. And so that was a treat to kind of read what felt really true to me, that viewpoint, his own inner voice. And Castle's really observant. He notices a lot about other people and is appreciative of their quirks, and he is also really compassionate. We see him really caring about his mother. We see him caring about the shopkeeper, who's kind of an older guy. He stands up for people he perceives to be bullied, or, you know, who need that extra little bit of protection. And he has a lot of compassion for the work that his mom is doing and how she has it tough as a single mom. So I really enjoyed the book. I think that Castle underwent a good arc, learned some, you know, life lessons, and we get to really sort of see the start of the relationship that he is developing with running. The book sort of ended on like a cliffhanger, sort of right in the middle of like an action scene, which was poignant for the writing. I was kind of like, what do you mean that's the end? But this is the first book in a series. So I would like to check out the next couple books in the series. I didn't like love the book, brand new favorite ever, but I liked Castle, and I liked that he was growing and developing in this story, and yet it was never like a morality tale that was like shoving a message down your throat. So I think it's a good book for like a middle grade kid to read. I think that they could really identify with Castle and his voice. So there you have it. That's what I have checked out on my library cards. I feel like I just finished Ghost by Jasmine Reynolds. I also just finished Wicked and the Wallflower by Sarah McLean over the weekend. I also, over the weekend, finished The Sundown Motel and was able to participate in and watch the live show that was hosted by Mayor Reads and the Page Turner Book Club. And so I kind of wrapped up a number of books over the last couple of days, and I'm not sure how many of those I'm going to do reviews on. I didn't love any of them, and so I don't know that I'm going to post any reviews. They'll be included in my May wrap up for sure. So that's all from me. Please take a look at the links that I have posted down in the description, and be kind to each other, and really take this opportunity to listen to people and to educate yourself. I intend to do that with White Fragility. I intend to keep watching what I'm seeing in social media, because I feel like there are news resources that are not showing all sides of what's happening. And there are a lot of peaceful protests that are happening right now that are not getting the news coverage that the violent and looting, and troublesome protests are. So please take this opportunity to check out those links and to comment about any of your feelings, or if you have also great resources, please leave those in comments down below, and like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep hearing me ramble. And please, everybody, just stay safe. Happy Pride Month. Thanks for watching. Bye.